Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. This is our day three of customizing even more of RE framework so that we can get the best out of it. Now, the topic that I'm going to talk about is the cleaning up mechanism. So, you know, when you develop a project, it is necessary to make sure that your automation cleans up your folder, the directory folder, which it has like input folder, output folder, exceptions, temp folders, so on and so forth, on a regular basis. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Since this is a NuGet, when you publish will be a NuGet package, and when you import it into your orchestrator, and when you start running this automation through Orchestrator, basically a copy of this of your NuGet package gets stored in your server. Now, whenever every day you perform the run, right? So automation process based on regular event. So you perform a run. What happens is that the files that the required files, the input data, it could be output data. It keeps creating a copy inside the folders that you provide, just like input folder or output folder. Now, having it cleaned up on a every day basis would even help you out to reduce the slowness of your server, ensuring that you do not require more server spaces, so on and so forth, right? Also, it is recommended that a cleanup mechanism should happen in your all automation process to meet the best practice and standardization of UiPath practices. Now, having said that, cleanup mechanism is done. We already know it's very simple. How do we do that? So, for instance, you want to clean up your folder. For a folder, it would be input folder. How you would do? You would use for each folder files in folder, you provide its path and you provide the filter criteria, either Excel, whatever the files that you want to delete, and you provide the file location as current file dot full path, the full name. So this would give you the entire path of that particular file. Now, this is the one way of doing it. You create this file, the XAML file, and make it as a reusable so that you can invoke it. Now, the one that I have done is even further customized. How I'll explain you, right? So this one XAML file, it is a reusable component, but what you end up having it is that you invoke this everywhere in your project. So, for instance, if you want to delete input folder, you invoke one time, and another time you want to delete output folder, you invoke again. Another time you want to delete temp folder, you invoke it again. Exception folders, invoke this again. So it is like you have to invoke it multiple times. Now, to avoid that, I have built one customized XAML file or a reusable workflow. This has covered everything. All kind of a scenario has been handled in this XAML file. For instance, if you do not have a missing at the end, sometimes what happens, either leading indicate the backslash may be missing in your XAML for the input that you pass. So it will create a entire path for you with the proper front slash or a backslash special character. That is one. Another one is that it would check if your file folder is exist. If the folder exists, then only it will start deleting the files from that particular folder. If the folder doesn't exist, then it would create a folder named exactly the same name that you have. It will create it and it will have it utilized for your entire project. Now, assuming you have a folder created, what will happen next would be that you have to loop through each file. So now, if I go to my project in data, these are my input files, right? So see, I have a config Excel file, a random copy I have created, right? And then output folder I have, and then template. So one thing you need to be aware about is that whenever you create a new robotic enterprise framework, you would end up getting all these folders plus a placeholder inside it. The placeholder is nothing. It doesn't have anything in it. It's a blank Word document. Nothing, no data exists. It's just that it's a once maybe a random text would be there, but the agenda of that particular folder would be is to make sure that your folder does not get missed, in the sense when you upload this your project to orchestrator, any empty folder will not be considered. Basically it will eliminate or it will delete those empty folder. So to make sure that empty folder retained, you would see this placeholder everywhere in all the folder subfolder inside it. Now, what I have done is that I have added a logic saying that apart from placeholder txt file, delete everything. That's it. Once it is done, I'm just printing a log message. Scroll up very slowly so that I could see. I don't have multiple for each loop, only one for each loop, which deletes the file. And like I said, as I claimed, I'm gonna delete input, output, temp, and then exception list as well, right? So if I go back to the folder that we have, data, let's do one thing. I'll copy these things, I'll paste it over here. I'll also paste it in output folder. I think input folder already has it. Next, I'll go back. Exception, I should have one image file. Now, if I just run this, I have created a tech test XAML file with the information. But before I run this, I'll explain why I have invoked this. This is, if you recall our session 1, I have talked about customizing my init setting, right? I have used the same thing, but it is not, it is irrelevant for this particular session. Um, I wanted to explain you one particular point on why I have invoked configuration. So in the configuration, I'll zoom in. Sorry. Let me zoom in, scroll down. As you can see here, I created folder informations, right? And exception, you can see in the here, exception. Now I have used something called cleanup folder, and I have provided input folder, output folder, template folder, cleanup folder. Okay, I don't have to provide this. Let me delete this one. It's not necessary. And then uh, X screenshot folder, which is this name, this name, this name, and this name. What now? And all these names again in turn contains the partial path of the folder. Now let me go back to the code again, cleanup folder or cleanup file. In the beginning, I have done for each first loop, first time loop, and if I zoom in a bit, what I have done is cleanup folder, which is this, of toString dot split, comma, with comma. So I am splitting this string into comma. Now all of this gets converted into array. Now I'm looping through that array, right? And then I'm enforcing whether if it doesn't have leading indicator as slash, then it would add the slash. Then it would clean up, perform the cleanup. So now here you see get directory from current item of first for each loop. That means get directory of get files of current item. Item is this one, which also has entire path enforcing the environment dot current directory plus all these things, right? I would get the entire path. Now I'm looping through each files from that particular path, and then if I'm checking whether files are not txt placeholder, then delete that particular file. Okay, so that's how I conduct the check on or cleaning up the folder without invoking it multiple times. Now, per se, if I have created new folder in the project directory, I could just do one thing, add that particular folder information over here. Then that's it. That's all I need to do to make the configuration work. So this is the another way of handling your solution. Now let's do one thing. Let's give it a go or give it a run and see how it behaves. If I run this, right? Just a second. Oh, my bad. So the issue is I need to give this the keyword for a key is different. This is the key. So let's close and let's rerun. The run has been completed. Now let us dive into the folders. I don't see Excel. Here also I don't see. Remember we had copied and pasted config file, and then here there is no JPG or a PNG file. So that's how we perform a cleanup. Now the reason why we have built this is that maintenance aspect of it. Think about it. In terms of maintenance, you can have it in by just making the configuration change would be enough. And second thing is that you don't have to invoke multiple times to have it cleared. That way, readability aspect of it. So think about it. If you have 10 different folders and you need to clean up 10 different times, then I mean you need to invoke 10 different times. And think about it in a way that how it would look in your program. So readability, right? So this is how this is the two reason why this solution has been built. However, say you're deal. I'm not saying that this is not going to be a useful one, but this is going to be a useful one when you deal with shared locations, right? Say, for example, you have a production shared location and development shared location. You need to push your final outputs to certain locations. That time, this is a solution is best suitable compared to this one. That's it for today. I hope this was useful content. And for more such contents, please do subscribe to my channel, like and share. And I'll see you soon in the next upcoming video.